Good morning, Guardians. Ebontis here on October 21st for your Zur review. Zur is located downstairs in the tower hangar way in the back, and he's located behind the bar, so apparently got drunk and passed out on the couch. And then finally stood up and decided to sell stuff to us about 10 minutes later, so he drinks fast. But that aside, let's jump in and see what he's got. The first exotic we have this morning is the Immolation Fists. These are Titan gauntlets. Perk we've got is called Accelerant. Unlocks the Sunbreaker subclass node Explosive Pyre for free. Basically, enemies brought down by your hammer will chain fire, explosion, solar damage to other people. So it's really good for either a group of Guardians all together on one point. They can change to each other, or especially if you're taking down lots of groups of enemies, you can do this in a pretty quick order. Your stats, we've got Strength, but basically a full Intellect roll this morning. You've got Rain Blows for melee attack speed, always a good one on gauntlets. And then bonus grenade energy on melee hits. And then finally you've got Scout Rifle and Shotgun reload speed. So not too bad on the roll, but not amazing. Definitely not tier 12 by any stretch. None of these are this morning. And when it comes to Sunbreakers, this is the only exotic for them. So if you don't have them and you want a little more flexibility for something like tracking on your hammer, you can pair this with those and you can have a little bit of fun. So not the best exotic in the world, but definitely a reasonable one because it's the only one for Sunbreakers. Second exotic we have this morning is the Skyburners Annex for the Hunter. This is a helmet, and the perk is called Versatile Shooter. Heavy weapon kills have a chance to create orbs. Orbs collected when your super is full have a chance to grant special ammo. Now, this one doesn't sound amazing, and it's really not the best in the world. Heavy weapon kills have a chance to create orbs. In the raid, if this is like the only thing you've got, it's not actually a bad thing just because you can create orbs for your team, which is always important and not a bad thing to do. Also, if you pick up orbs from other people when your super is full, you have a chance to get special ammo. So talking about sniper ammo and things like that in the middle of a boss fight possibly could be beneficial. So it's not the worst thing in the world, especially for the raid. It actually has kind of an okay purpose. When it comes to other exotics, though, for the Hunter, there's definitely good ones. I mean, Celestial Nighthawk, when you're talking about the Golden Gun, very good. Picking up Shade Step in the raid, not going to be the biggest benefit in the world. So think about this one as kind of a middle of the road one. It has some benefits to your team, basically, is what you're going for. If you're using heavy weapon kills, you're using Galahorn on those big captains in the raid, something like that, and you create orbs for your team just by killing stuff, it's not the worst thing in the world, and getting more special ammo when you sometimes need it most can be a pretty good thing, actually. So keep this one in mind. Stat roll, we've got Intellect and Discipline this morning. Not tier 12, but still a reasonable roll. Got hands-on for super energy from melee kills and heavy lifting super energy from heavy kills, which if you're using heavy, then this one pairs right there with it, but I'd still like to have Inverse Shadow overall. Finally, we got Invigoration, gain bonus melee energy on orb pickups. So might re-roll a couple of these just to go for a little better stat rolls. I mean, the heavy lifting's okay to pair with your heavy weapon use, but honestly, Inverse Shadow is still one of the best ones. And then, of course, if you're going to take this into the raid, replenishing your shield on orb pickup, another extra bonus that you probably would prefer to have. So probably want to re-roll this one if you pick it up, but in general, this one can have some benefits, but I definitely wouldn't call it a top-tier exotic. For the last piece of armor, we come to the Warlock exotic, the Stag, probably one of the lowest tier when it comes to exotics that I can think of. Your perk is called Doe or Die. Once per life, your super charges faster when your teammates are dead. Chance to respawn with an overshield. Honestly, this one is something you have to wait on death for, and your super recharges when all your other teammates are dead. Only time that might be useful, maybe, is in trials, and there's still better exotics to use for this one. So honestly, this one is really not the best. If you want it for just collection's sake to have everything, go for it, but I don't see anybody really wearing this thing much. Perks, you've got stat rolls of Discipline and Strength. Again, you would want to re-roll this one, so it's really not worth your time this week, unless you really just want to pick it up for collector's sake. Got Inverse Shadow, which of course you do want on the other helm, and Second Thoughts, and then finally Innervation, bonus grenade energy on orb pickup. But again, this exotic perk, you have to wait until everyone on your team is dead, you get it once per life, and you charge your super faster when everybody's dead. If anything, just have people run the new Scory artifact, and you're going to be much better off than this one. And you're not wasting an exotic slot. So unless you just really want to pick up another slot in your kiosk, you guys can pass on this one. As for the weapon today, we've got Hawkmoon. This is going to be your hand cannon. Pretty solid one when it comes to magazine Size, this one's actually pretty good. You've got luck in the chamber for a lot of bullets that are going to do double damage. And holding aces. So between the three of those, you can have up to 3 bullets. In your magazine, you can also have, once you get holding aces actually activated, you'll actually have a couple more bullets in your chamber as well. So 13 bullet, high impact, solid range hand cannon with luck in the chamber basically on 3 bullets. It's kind of hard to beat. It's an exotic, so I mean it's kind of hard to use in a PvE situation, but it's still a good gun. If you guys don't have it, I would suggest picking it up. It's got hammer forge, so you can boost the range as well, and it's actually got some pretty cool ornaments. The moon glow is definitely my favorite, so if you guys don't have this one, definitely add it to your collection. Unlike the Stag, it is well worthwhile to own this one. As for the ornaments this morning, the first one we've got is Fallen Assassin. This is for the Trespasser and kind of has that burnt gold look across the top and that kind of like blue-gray underneath. Kind of a cool look. I think the other one's probably a little better, but this one's still not too shabby. And then, of course, we have Heart of Gold for Truth. Again, is back. Unfortunately, it is still 25 silver dust. We got a nice little boost from the patch, but still need some more to start picking some of these up. And I'm going to have to choose really hard if I'm going to spend 25 silver dust on anything. So, gold still looks cool on the Truth. Definitely not a bad little look here. As for the engram this week, this is a Legacy engram. Let me repeat, Legacy year 1 only, not like last week. So, pay attention to that, please. Don't want to see comments down there being like, dang it, about the Legacy, I wasn't even thinking. So, Legacy engram, make sure you guys pay attention to that. Don't pick this one up. Don't spend your strange coins. Save those for other things. There's better uses for those always. And finally, we come to the miscellaneous junk. We've got Plasma Drive and Emerald Coil. Heavy Ammo Synth. Always make sure you've got some of those on your characters. You need those for raids and nightfalls, things like that. 3 of coins as well. Make sure you guys are always popping those so you can keep getting those exotics. Glass needles in case you guys need to re-roll exotics. And then finally, the terrible material exchange continues. Wish at some point they'd get rid of that, but that's going to be Destiny 2. That thing will be there for a while. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video this morning. Honestly, not the best rolls for Xur this morning. I'd put it on pretty much one of his lower weeks for sure. If you don't have Hawkmoon, it's good to have, but it's been around for a while, so I'm sure most of you have it. And of the 3, I mean, you've got 1 exotic for a class specific, you've got 1 that's for heavy use only, and then 1 that's just pretty terrible. So, all in all, not the best morning. So, if you guys got up early for it, I apologize. I got up early, but at least this is for you guys, not for me. So, other than that, guys, have a good weekend. We'll see what Trials has to offer, and honestly, just enjoy your weekend, have some fun. Hard Raid is out, so if you haven't run that one, spend some time trying to do that, and just have a good week. Enjoy, and keep working on that Nightfall. Finally knocked that one out with my Hunter solo yesterday. Thing is a beast by yourself, so good luck trying to do that, but if you do, let me know. It's an awesome accomplishment if you do. Have a good one. Talk to you guys later.